3 absurd characters I want in Marvel Rivals. Let me explain. As I was gearing up to make my seasonal video for 3 characters I want in Marvel Rivals, I remembered this quote saying that the Marvel Rivals dev team is allowed to use any character in the history of Marvel, and that is a very dangerous sentence. So with that new knowledge, my first pick for a strategist character is the Kool-Aid Man. First appearing in Adventures of Kool-Aid Man issue 1 from 1983, the titular character could behave as nearly any role. So why don't we do that? Depending on the flavor of Kool-Aid within the container, Kool-Aid Man can act as a vanguard, duelist, or strategist. Ultimately, he will be a strategist as the refreshing taste of fruit punch will heal his allies, but if he mixes in ice blue raspberry lemonade, the Kool-Aid Man gains bonus health and can deploy a shield. But if the flavor is grape, Kool-Aid Man does 10% more damage with his primary fire and can throw soft drink mix at enemies, stunning them. And obviously, the ultimate would be Kool-Aid Man bursting through a surface and yelling, "Oh, yeah!" For my duelist pick, we of course have to go with the legendary Marvel character, Kevin Feige. First appearing in X-Men issue 21 from 2021, Kevin Feige is the head of Marvel Studios, and his primary fire will be throwing his hat. But underneath that hat is another hat that he throws, and so on and so forth until he gets to the propeller hat. Here, he'll have to spin the propeller in order to reload his hats. His first ability would be throwing the script of Avengers Doomsday at his enemies, which slows the enemies upon a hit. He also has a movement ability using a camera dolly, and for his ultimate, Feige can target 1 to 3 enemies and delay their movie or show, aka making it so the enemies cannot use their abilities for 5 seconds. However, if Feige only chooses to delay less than 3 projects, he can divert the remaining uses into funding an ally, which gives them a speed and damage boost. Feige is a counter pick to Blade, and if he uses his ultimate, it instantly kills Blade, no matter whose team he's on. Finally, and maybe the most plausible character, Godzilla for Vanguard. First appearing in Godzilla issue 1 from 1977, this character is pretty self-explanatory, having laser breath for its primary and a secondary attack being a scratch. Its first ability would be to tail whip enemies, knocking them back, with a secondary ability being a leap forward, kinda like the tiger from Winnie the Pooh. And the ultimate would be a giant roar and laser breath, like shown in many of the movies. Theoretically, this could be reworked into being the American Kaiju, which is essentially Godzilla again, but after Marvel lost the rights to Godzilla.